Hello, my name is Antoinette Patton. I'm the Education Officer at Ballyfermot Chapel as a partnership, and in this video I will speak to you about the Cherry Orchard Development Group's Leaders in Learning Fund. So a little bit about the fund. The Cherry Orchard Development Group Leaders in Learning Fund is open to students living in the Cherry Orchard area. So this is the electoral areas: Cherry Orchard A, Cherry Orchard B, Carna, and Cherry Orchard C. So I'm going to come back to this a little bit later. The overall aim of the fund is to celebrate and support local students who are taking a leadership role in education. Specifically, the fund aims to remove any financial barriers to education for these pioneering students. All courses in further and higher education, training and apprenticeships recognised on the National Framework of Qualifications will be considered for the fund. So if you are a student living in the Cherry Orchard area who's going on to further education or training, maybe higher education, a degree course, you can apply for this fund. So just coming back to the actual Cherry Orchard area itself, we are not going by postal code necessarily, but actually the electoral area. So you can see from the map that students living in Cherry Orchard A, Cherry Orchard B, Carna area, and Cherry Orchard C are all eligible for the fund. So what can the fund pay for? So we just have some examples on the screen there of items that the fund has paid for in the past. So you might apply to have your art materials paid for, books for your course, IT equipment such as laptops and tablets. Musical instruments could be covered by the fund, specific software if you are doing an IT course. Childcare costs associated with college can be paid for, accommodation costs if you're planning to go to a college outside of Dublin, course fees as well can be covered under the fund. Payment, there are two ways in which to receive the payment. The first would be to pay for the item yourself and then bring the receipts into the partnership for reimbursement to your bank account. I have it highlighted there. It's just important to note that this can take up to 2 weeks. Another way in which payment can be released is through invoice or pro forma for an item such as fees. So you may go to the college and ask them to draw up an invoice. You submit that to ourselves and we pay the college directly to cover your fees. So you can see now the full poster for the fund is on the screen. Again, the fund is financial support of up to €1,500 for anyone living in the Cherry Orchard area participating in further or higher education and training. And you can see we cover apprenticeships, part-time courses, full-time courses, and short courses. So just to zoom in onto the kind of practical elements, application forms, you can collect them from the partnership. Our address is there. You can also collect them from our DC's Road office if you wish to do so. You can have the application form emailed out to you by our administrator, Sarah Bowes. Her phone number 016235612 and her email address are there on the screen now. The closing date is Friday, September 10th, 2021. If, however, you need to have fees, say, paid before September, maybe the college or training centre or university have requested that you pay fees in maybe July or August, it would be a good idea to submit the form early, as we will be appraising as we go along. Again, Sarah Bowes, our administrator, is taking care of paperwork for the fund. So if you have any queries in relation to documents that are required, please do not hesitate to contact her. She is very good with the paperwork. So just to wish you best of luck with your studies and also the best of luck in your application for funding from the Cherry Orchard Leaders in Learning Fund. We hope in the new year to extend the fund so that it is a programme so that students who have received funding from us can also meet and have a chance to network and share experiences with other students living in the area who are pursuing further and higher education and training. So thank you very much for listening to this presentation.